Welcome, YouTube. Welcome to Dr. Africa Live. I'm Dr. Stevenson, and today we are launching our live stream lectures. We realize it is just more accessible to digitize our lectures because, if you're in California and we're doing a lecture in New York, you're like, man, I wish I could be there, but I'm too far away. So now all you need is a smart device such as a telephone, an iPad, or computer, and you can be here, to see our lectures. So all you have to do is just look at the description below, and in the description below, it'll have all the information you need. You just click on it, you can pay, PayPal, Cash App, and then it'll give you the time and we'll send you a link. So today we're going to give you a little teaser. We're going to talk about cleansing your organs. Everybody is talking about how do I clean my kidneys? How do I clean my blood? How do I clean? I'm getting all these cleansing questions. So we're going to give you a little bit of a teaser. So we're going to welcome Dr. Africa.
Thank you. So we're going to talk about seasonal cleansing and how it is that people get loaded with a whole lot of trash over the winter, over the summer, and they need to get rid of it. So they go through a seasonal cleanse. And we have supplements for that. Cellular cleanse, cellular restore, and cellular booster. They will help you cleanse.
So, Dr. Africa, how it's really important when you're going from changing the seasons. Now we're coming from summer, going into fall. Well, we're in the fall right now. Fall going into winter. How important is it to start to kind of like change what you're eating, and the type of herbs that you're taking to actually cleanse your system? Is that important?
It's important to know that the blood is going from thick to thin. It's thick in the winter, thin in the summer, and it's making these transitions. And having difficulty with the transitions is what people call a seasonal cleanse to help their body make the transition from thick to thin and thin to thick.
Okay, so like what kind of foods? Like it's about to be what some people call Thanksgiving. Not all of us conscious people celebrate Thanksgiving, but some of us have family members that do. And how should they change their eating because of the seasons? Is there a certain way that you should do that?
The idea is to know that the body naturally goes from thick to thin and thin to thick.
Volume is low. Okay.
And so when it has difficulty doing that, we get a
There you go. Sorry about that. We're adjusting the volume. Thank you for letting us know.
when you have difficulty doing that, you get a cold, a summer cold, a winter cold, it's just the body trying to make that transition.
Okay. So, like, what foods are we?
It's the standard foods. We don't want to eat fried foods. It's just standard.
Okay.
It's sugar and salt. They just clog up the system. So we want to stay away from them no matter what the season is.
That is true. You don't want to eat fried chicken, period. If you can help it, you should bake it, right? Or boil it.
Bake it or boil it, yes.
Right. And nobody wants no boiled chicken, I don't think. But that's the better way to actually
Just to make the season change.
Okay. So we're going to let you ask some questions if you like. We're not going to be on here long, but this is just a pop-up, video. So I'd like to say, I see Baby Peacock 22. Peace and blessings to you as well. Any questions? If you have any, you can just say them in the comments. We are live. So, Dr. Africa, you was talking about your cellular cleanse product. So, how should they cleanse first?
They should cleanse all the time, first, second, last. That's an ongoing process.
Okay, so can they take all three products at the same time?
They can take the cellular booster, cellular restore, cellular cleanse at the same time.
All at the same time. Okay, so he said I can barely hear y'all. We're gonna fix the volume. What's going on? They can barely hear us. Okay, is the volume up there? Well, Dr. Africa, talk a little bit louder and see if that helps.
Talk a little bit louder.
Okay, so can you hear Dr. Africa now that he's speaking a little louder? It's good now. Thank you. Thank you.
That's why they need a seasonal cleanse.
Thank you, Melanin Man, and everyone else, all the family. Okay, now they can hear you. So, is there any questions? Any questions for the seasonal cleansing? Well, it looks like everybody in our live knows what's up about seasonal cleansing. Can you also give them? Everyone is inflamed and they can't hear. That's funny. So, Dr. Africa, blood. What are some of the key things to clean your blood?
And aside from the herbs, water is a key thing,
Okay.
and not eating fried foods and sugar and salt. Those are the key things.
Okay, so it says what type of food should you avoid to eat if you have fibroids?
Fried foods, sugar and salt. We're back to that again.
Okay, no fried. We already know no fried foods. For fibroids, is it a lot of the sugar though, as well? Is that like one of the major things for?
Sugar is the driver of all addictions.
Okay.
And the problem is that the person needs to stop, and that's the issue.
We also have a fibroid formula. So if you go to LailaAfrica.com, we have a lot of formulas on our website, and one of them is for fibroid tumors. We have a lot of formulas that are not things that you can't readily find other places that Dr. Africa has formulated for like diabetes and different other things.
Yes, diabetes is very popular, skin disease, and laxatives. What we're trying to do is help the person to cleanse.
Okay.
And the only way to cleanse is to stop eating fried foods,
Correct.
sugar and salt, and we're back to that.
The major thing is when you're cleansing, if you're eating foods that are toxic to your system and you're cleansing at the same time, it's not any good. You want to stop doing the bad stuff, you understand, so that the body can start to actually clean. Like taking out the trash. You can't put trash in a trash can and try to take it out at the same time. You have to finish, put the trash in there, tie it up, and then take it out. It's the same thing with the human body.
That's correct, which we call cleansing.
Okay, let's see if I can. It says the best water to drink, Dr. Africa. We get this a lot.
The best water to drink is spring water, and that water should come from a spring.
Spring water. Okay, so cleansing the lungs. Now remember, this is just a teaser. So I'm picking and choosing what questions to ask because on Sunday at 4 o'clock, we will be having a full lecture on cleansing and we'll be talking about other things. So right now we're just trying to get you, a little bit warm on exactly how it's going to go. And so someone was asking about cleaning their lungs.
Yes.
And so how would a person best clean their lungs?
Not eating fried foods, sugar and salt. We're back to the same thing.
Okay, so they're not eating fried foods, sugar and salt as well. But what about your environment? I mean, you think about you're outside and if you're driving a car, you got things that you're ingesting,
That's
right?
true.
It's just certain environmental things that you have to watch out for. Do you have anything for that?
Yes, we have a cold and flu supplement that
Okay.
will help cleanse the lungs.
Okay, so we do have a colds and flu supplement for that. And you can go to LailaAfrica.com. Let's see. What is suggested for pain?
There are quite a few pain remedies. Boswellia is one, and white willow is another. And they're used for pain.
And we have a formula for pain.
It's called Nerve Care.
It's called Nerve Care. And we
for
sell
pain.
a lot of it for pain.
Yeah, that's for pain.
Okay, and if you see me leading it up, it's because I'm looking at the questions. Let me see. It says, please check the volume is low. Marlon, can you please check, nephew, the volume and see what we can do about it? Okay. Is the flu shot safe?
That's vaccinations are based on a theory. They are unavoidable risks according to the Congress of the United States. Taking the vaccination is an unavoidable risk for a disease. That's what they wrote.
It's an unavoidable risk
For a disease.
for disease. So if a person had to make a decision on whether they were going to do that, what would you say? We don't get flu vaccines. We'll just say that.
It's an unavoidable risk for a disease. That's what the Congress says. That's what they wrote.
Okay, so like break it down, Dr. Africa, for those of us who don't understand what an unavoidable risk for a disease means. You can't avoid it, but is there any other way you can say it?
It gives you a disease.
It gives you a disease if you get a flu vaccine. Okay? So, it says a male swollen stomach. Male swollen stomach. Now, hold on a second. Before we answer that question, interesting enough, I want to clarify where the stomach is. So I'm going to move my little tablet here. People think that their stomach is here, and it is your intestines. Your stomach is actually way over here. So, Melanin Man, is that still the stomach you're asking me a question about? Are you asking me about something that's over here or something the doctors told you that is swollen, which would be your stomach? Or is it here, which is your intestines? And I'm waiting for you to tell me. But until then, Dr. Africa, a male swollen stomach. He wants to know about it.
It's a very general question. The stomach's about the size of your fist. It's on the left-hand side, right in back of your nipple. That's where the stomach is.
I get it. He said belly fat. So that's what you meant, Melanin Man. He meant belly fat. How do you get rid of it?
Don't eat processed food. Bleach white flour, white sugar, white salt. We're back to the same thing again.
And you got to watch stress.
Yeah, but stress will cause the body to retain fat. It's called cortisol.
Okay. What is the best way to consume herbs?
The best way to consume herbs is the way you like them.
Correct.
If you like them as a tea, get the tea. If you like the tablets, get the tablets. The best way to consume it is the way you like it.
Yeah, because if we tell you to drink something and you end up drinking it and you gag and you're like, oh, I can't do it, then maybe you would be the candidate to take the capsule. You understand? So they have them in different forms for all different types of people. So you have to choose the one that works well for you. And if it is in the bottle, it's not working for you. So it's the best way that you can actually ingest it. Okay. Well, I want to know this one. What's the best way to deal with stress?
Best way to deal with stress is to get out of stress. That's basic.
Okay, so
Stress is caused by white sugar, bleach white flour, salt. We're back to the same thing.
So what if you got some people that's not eating bleach, white flour, sugar, and salt, and they're under a lot of stress, and it's a person?
Well, they probably are just lying to themselves.
About what?
A black person not under stress in America? I don't know this person.
No, I'm not saying that they're not under stress. I'm saying that what if it's not from their actual diet? What if, you might be talking to someone who has a really good diet and they're not doing these things, but they still have a lot of stress. It could be family stress. It could be marital stress. It could be work. Like, what do you do? Is it a thing of the mind? Is it somewhere that they can go mentally to help them to deal with it, or what?
They are looking at different versions, different flavors. It can be emotional stress, physical stress. That's true. So they got to decide which one it is, emotional or physical. It's causing the problem of stress, as they call it.
So if it's emotional stress, then they have to deal with it on an emotional level. And if it's physical stress, then they have to deal with it on a physical level. You have to identify which one it is first. You can't just say I'm stressed and really not know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do herbs expire or go bad?
The herbs found in the pyramids are still working.
Wow.
They took them out and they planted them and they grew. As long as you keep it in a cool, dark place, they'll be just fine.
As long as you keep them in a cool, dry place, that is the key. They'll be fine. Okay. Let's let's see. A1C diabetes is at 6.8. What is the best way to lower it? Okay, so I know a lot of diabetics who try their best to, they think because they're on insulin or they're on a pill, they still kind of eat things they have no business eating. The best way to lower those numbers is to watch what you're eating. So try to watch the refined carbohydrates and the refined sugars.
Yes, that's the key. Look out for the processed sugars. Sugars are put in everything, and you have to read the label and stay away from them.
Reading the label is so important. And I am, of course, shopping with Dr. Africa all the time. And we spend most of the time looking at the labels. And it's always sugar that they put inside the stuff sugar shouldn't be put inside of. You just sometimes you never know. You have something and it says that it's vegetarian or that, it's a whole food, and then you look at it and say, why did they put sugar in this? So you do have to read the labels.
Yeah, sugar is very addicting, and it's hidden in dextrose, dextrin. They give it various names.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to stay away from added sugars. Not the sugar on the nutritional label that goes with the plant, the spinach, the callaloo. It's added sugar.
Well, okay. So I'm looking at some of the comments, and Love Sexy 71, you are hilarious. And yes, that's probably a lot of our problems. And I'll just let people read your comment in the comments, okay? It says, I hear this a lot too. What herb removes mucus?
If a herb removes mucus, you die. You
Right.
cannot live without mucus. It's absurd. Mucus is made by the stomach. Mucus
Okay.
is made by the eyes. It's not the mucus. It's what's in the mucus that's the problem.
And a lot of times, most people, when they talk about mucus, it's because their body has so much waste and they're not eliminating it out of its proper channels of elimination, like having proper bowel movements, that the body tries to liquefy it and it tries to bring it through the nose, or it'll try to bring it through the skin. And I think that is what a lot of people are talking about when they're trying to get rid of what they call mucus. A lot of it is just because they're not having a proper elimination system going on there.
Yes, it's the body trying to cleanse itself. It's using this mucus to transport the waste.
Hmm.
That's all that's going on.
Ooh wee! Somebody said I can't hear. Stank. Okay, Marlon, is it on high? Everything's up high. Okay, so I'm sorry. We're gonna have to fix this volume thing. I'm just telling you, we trying this out. We see we got a volume issue. We gonna fix it. Okay. Um, they said, what's the best thing for eczema?
Eczema, they have to define what is eczema. They just calling stuff eczema that isn't eczema. It's
Okay.
waste coming out of the skin that irritates the skin. That's what eczema is.
And a lot of people think when you have something on your skin, you think that it's something that you've actually applied on your skin. And it could be what you're eating to actually,
Usually.
correct. So, how to get rid of premature gray hair. I need to know that. Do it big, do it bigger. I need to do that. Dr. Africa, what I need to do.
I wouldn't be concerned about premature hair. I'd be concerned about my health. They're concerned about the cosmetics of health, going to the gym and all this kind of bodybuilding cosmetics of health. Stop eating the sugar, stop eating the salt and the fried foods. Let's get to that.
Okay.
Then we can talk about the cosmetics of health.
Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out how to get rid of these gray hairs once we get our body together. But realistically, Dr. Africa, I resonate with what you're saying because sometimes we're focused on one thing when it really has to do with something else. And when you work on the other things, then things like your hair and your skin, they start to follow as a result of good habits.
That's correct.
So let me see. To get the best way to get the okay, so this person wants to know what is the best way to get the children on the same page. So of course,
I wrote a book on that.
okay, and what is it?
It's called Controlling, Understanding, and Raising Black Children. teach you how to get them off of junk food and how to transition them to health food. We're just trying to fix a car and don't know where the steering wheel is.
Okay. So he does, I mean, it is in your book. He has a lot of good stuff in his Raising Black Children book. You would be surprised. And it's not just for people who have children, but if you don't have children, it'll actually, if you read it for yourself, you'll see what happened in your childhood and why you have some of the issues that you have. It's a really well written piece of work. All right. Let's see. How do you get rid of depression?
That is an emotional issue. I don't know what causes the depression. I don't know what's stimulating depression. And I don't know whether the depression is addicting. A lot of people are addicted to being oppressed and sad. And we don't get rid of that, so we don't get rid of the oppression, the sadness.
So we have come on today to let you know that we're having a larger lecture on Sunday. It's going to be Sunday at 4 o'clock. There is a description below, and you can click that, and it'll give you all the information that you need. Once you pay for it, we'll then send the link to you right kind of like maybe like an hour, a couple hours before the actual lecture starts. We use Zoom, and you might have to sign up for Zoom. I think you do. So you have to go to Zoom and sign up, and then it'll let you put your link in, and then you can join the lecture. There you can ask more questions, and Dr. Afrika and myself will be doing a lecture, and we're going to expound upon the cleansing. We're going to talk about, how the body cleanses. We'll get more into it. As well, if you want a consultation, you might have a very specific question. We're answering questions right now, but of course we don't know what you ate, what you're going through. So if you would like a personal consultation, you can actually go to our website, LailaAfrika.com, and you can buy a consultation there, and you'll be talking to us, and we'll figure out exactly what you should be doing to bring about healing for your body. We really appreciate your time. I'm sorry about the sound thing. We'll fix it. We're going to have to find out what it is. Dr. Afrika he's dedicated his life to make sure that we can be well, as a people. And I just hope that you all still support him in his endeavors and support yourself. This right here, this is the revolution. The revolution first starts with you and your thinking and how you treat your own body. So we really appreciate you. Have anything else to say, Dr. Afrika?
No, they just need to tune in on Sunday at 4 o'clock.
All right, so we'll be seeing you, and we love you all. All of you, take care.